And I've discovered some very interesting things about how everything works, you know, and with you have the bifidobacteria breaking down the fiber. So if you're eating a lot of fiber, you're going to encourage your bifidos to grow. And then they're turning that fiber into something that other microbes can turn into short chain fatty acids. And the short chain fatty acids are super, super important in the gut, especially butyrate. So if the colon doesn't have enough butyrate, then the colon gets sick and you get the leaky gut syndrome. And then you get all this stuff coming out. And meanwhile, you've got these pathogens overgrowing, and they're producing products that are toxic, that are getting to the brain through the leaky gut barrier, the leaky brain barrier. All this stuff is happening. The gut and the brain are in such close communication. And another microbe that I have been fascinated by recently is Akkermansia, and you may know something about them, but they are really interesting. Akkermansia, actually, their preferred food, the only thing they eat, is the sulfomucins that are produced by the colonocytes. And then they eat those sulfomucins and turn them back into stuff that can turn into short-chain fatty acids. So there's a complete cycle there, where the Akkermansia are eating what the colonocytes are producing and turning it into food for the colonocytes in a cycle. And if that system is working well, the Akkermansia actually produce something that stimulates the GLP-1, which is you have all these GLP-1 analogs that people are spending tons of money for to try to get skinny again. Akkermansia actually causes GLP-1 to go up. The real guy, not the analog. So if you can just get your Akkermansia healthy, then you can probably lose weight in the same way that you would if you took that very expensive drug, you know? So I think getting the gut back in line by eating a lot of fiber, really, to start with, and then by having enough sulfur, because sulfomucins need sulfur. So there's some critical things you need to worry about in your diet to make sure you're getting enough of these things to keep that system healthy with the bifidobacteria and the Akkermansia. And vitamin D actually increases both of those too.
So Akkermansia, I'm kind of divided on it because clinically we are seeing that it shouldn't be in everyone. Not everyone should have Akkermansia. And then the other thing that we're noticing with Akkermansia is there's a level at which it is good and there's a level at which it is not so good. So, you know, I think, you know, the problem with you know, shows, we have to be careful, because if people listen to, and the science is right, you're absolutely right, the science is there, but if people listen to this show, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to go to the grocery store and get some Akkermansia. And
yeah, that may not be the right approach. I mean, I agree with you that you have to be careful. Yeah, but the thing is, too, I know Akkermansia, let me talk about this, because Akkermansia is actually elevated and associated with Parkinson's disease, which is bad. Yes. And I think it's because the guys who take over from the Akkermansia are not working well. That's the guys who make the butyrate. And so because the gut pH goes up because of the glyphosate, then those acid-loving microbes don't thrive. So your Akkermansia is preparing the stuff to make the butyrate, but the guys who are supposed to make the butyrate aren't doing it. And that's all mixed up too. So you've got to worry about everybody else, you know.
100,
not just the Akkermansia.
Forget that the microbiome is just one microbe with another, with another, with another. You alter one, you alter the whole thing.